Hey, welcome back everybody. Thank you as always for joining me. If you are new to the channel, I hope you enjoy this video. This is Full Throttle Drive. Now, before I get into today's video, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to all of my subscribers. I just checked right before I started making this video and I hit just over 700 subscribers. And honestly, that's nothing. That's really not much in the terms of a lot of these large YouTubers, even just medium and small sized YouTubers. 700 isn't that much, but yet it is. It's 700 people that are willing to watch my content, that are enjoying this journey with me and just hearing what I have to say. So thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. I can't stress enough how much I absolutely love making YouTube videos, conversing with everybody, and honestly just meeting people in general. I'm a real people person, and I have already had the ability to converse with people, talk with people, and meet some awesome people. Case in point, there is a other YouTuber I've talked about before in another video, C Garner Speed 252. Super nice guy. We've exchanged numbers and we text here and there. If you have not already checked him out, check out his video. He has a C7 Grand Sport. It looks incredible and he makes some great content. He gets to go to some really cool shows. But again, someone that I've gotten to meet and some other people as well. It just makes everything so much better and so much more fun as I make these videos. So I can't stress that enough. Thank you so much. Now, as you already probably know from the thumbnail, we're going to talk about the C8 Corvette. And the C8 is very fundamental to this channel because honestly, it's the next step that I want to take. We don't know a lot about it in terms of when it's going to come out and pricing, but we do know it's there and we're learning a lot of the intricate details on what make up the C8. So what I've decided to do, because it is such a pivotal part of this channel and again what I will end up purchasing down the road, I've decided to do a little series and I've gathered up all of the information. It's not just for you guys, it's also for me. I've spent a lot of time researching, and so I've decided, because my other videos talking about the C8 have garnered honestly so much attention and you guys seem to really enjoy them, I've decided to make a bunch of little part series about the different parts of the Corvette. And this one we're going to talk about the engines, what potential engines are going to be put in the power plant of the C8. We're going to also talk about the transmission, we're going to talk about pricing, possible release date, and also why we're going to move to the mid-engine. I've talked a little bit about it, but these are going to be more in-depth videos on that type of topic. Now, the current C8 mid-engine Corvette has come with a code name of Zora, and there's a very good reason for that. And that is because one of GM's lead designers and engineers on the first generation in the 1950s and the 1960s engineer was named Zora Arkus Duntov. And Zora definitely advocated for a mid-engine layout. His reasoning for the mid-engine layout is he started to notice that mid-engine had many aspects that improved the car's overall capabilities. That included its ability to handle, brake, and also retain heat in the back of the car instead of heating up the driver with the engine being in the front. Some of that's been resolved, but many of the handling and braking capabilities still reside having a mid-engine layout. Now, there's been a ton of skepticism that has happened with the mid-engine Corvette, and that's because over the last 3, 4, 5 decades, we've seen many possibilities of the mid-engine renderings. All the way back to 1970, we saw our first kind of potential mid-engine Corvette. Unfortunately, that was scrapped. Then in 1986, there was a Corvette IndyCar that housed a huge supercharged V8, and a lot of people were really interested in it. Unfortunately, it was scrapped as well. Then in 2002, Cadillac actually debuted a Scene, and if I'm pronouncing that correctly, it's like C-I-E-N, and it was a 7.5 liter V12 turbocharged Cadillac, and the design was crazy. It was mid-engine and it was something nobody had seen before, but unfortunately, again, it was scrapped. This led to, in 2004 was the first time we hear GM actually say that they are starting to have problems with the power to grip ratio, having a front engine rear wheel drive vehicle they're reaching the limits of grip. So they start building over the next couple of years a mid-engine designed Corvette, Cadillac, whatever it may be. Unfortunately, the Great Recession hit in 2008, and with GM's financial problems, they actually scrapped the ideas for a fourth or fifth time. So this is where all of the sediment of issues and skepticism has come from. So all of these previous letdowns of the mid-engine Corvette are what brings us to this skeptical but yet hotly anticipated new C8 development. And so we currently have 3 different engine types possible for the layout. Again, all this is speculation. We don't have anything confirmed, but from what I have actually gathered up as far as information wise, there are probably 3 good chances of the types of engines that are going to be used. So the first possibility for an engine for the C8 Corvette is actually an engine being developed for a Cadillac, and that is the new 4.2 liter V8. It is a bi-turbo, and it kind of has that V-hot setup, which is the exhaust manifolds run right over the top with the cylinders and the turbos. It gives it that very, very compact effect look, and so that is really what you need when you have a mid-engine Corvette. You want all of that engine bay to be very compact. Now this engine currently being developed for the CT6 has the potential to have about 600 to 650 horsepower. Depending on the way that it is tuned and all of the other components that go with it, this could be a very fast engine to put in the C8 Corvette. Now the reason this engine takes the #1 spot is because some information that came out, and that is the engine is being developed in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Now what else is built in Bowling Green, Kentucky? That's right, the Corvette is built there, and that means there's a huge potential for this 4.2 liter V8 bi-turbo to be put in the new mid-engine Corvette, and it would be great for the new setup. Now the second choice that we have for the C8 Corvette as far as engines would be the 5.5 liter V8 flat plane crank engine. Now that's a mouthful, but the flat plane crank design is amazing. It's what's used in the GT350 and potentially the new GT500. It sounds incredible, offers tons of potential, and also it redlines at over 8,000 RPM. It offers a lot of flexibility and would be an awesome addition to the C8 platform. Now, we have heard that the new C8 may have 3 variants, and from what I've heard, the 5.5 liter flat plane crank could be used on all 3 variants, and that would be a base model about 600 horsepower, then a supercharged model maybe around the 800 horsepower that again would be using this 5.5 liter, and then potentially an electronic hybrid which would add another 200 horsepower. This would give you a 1,000 horsepower super/hypercar hybrid that Corvette GM would actually have in their possession. Again, this is all speculation, but there have been rumors from some very, very good sources saying this is highly potential. Now the third and final engine that we'll talk about is something that I'm not truly sure would make it into the platform, but there's some reasoning behind the thought, and that is there it was C8R, the racing version Corvette audio that was heard, and I actually talked about it in a previous video and played a clip for you. And some very smart people that were able to break down the sound said that that is a turbocharged V6, much like what's found in the current Ford GT. Now, there's a lot of potential with that type of engine. However, I don't believe that is what GM or Chevy will end up using for the C8, but there is potential if that is what is being used in their C8 race car. However, I do think that is the least likely engine out of the 3 that we've talked about today. Alrighty, so there you have it. We have 3 different engine possibilities. We have the 4.2 liter V8 bi-turbo, we have possibly the 5.5 liter flat plane crank, or even possibly a turbocharged V6. We're not, again, entirely sure, but let me know in the comments what you guys think about those different types of engine possibilities. You know, leave your comments, concerns, anything you have to say about these potential. And as always, thank you so much for joining me. If you have not already joined the family, please subscribe now, and you all take care. We'll see you next time.